Here we are looking at a brush drive system for a Clipper M2B seed cleaner. I have updated this brush drive system with the number 40 roller chain and sprockets. Sprockets are 16 tooth 5/8 bore. I put washers behind the sprockets to keep them from rubbing against the casting. Again, the shafts are 5/8, so the sprockets are 5/8 bore. I had to put a half link in here in this chain because originally it was too loose, and then I discovered that once I put the half link in the chain it was actually too tight. So what I had to do was take off each of these castings, and I drilled these mounting holes out to 5/16 on all of them, including this one over here. They were 1/4 inch. I drilled them out to 5/16, put them back on, and then as you can see with the half link and those drilled out to 5/16, we have about this much play, which is perfect. That's what we're after. Last time I was able to grab both of these and they were almost touching. And then they were too tight. I couldn't even move them up and down when I just put the half link in. So that's what I had to do to get past that. I took the brush system out of the Clipper M2B because it's just so much easier to work on a shop table, and you're not bending down, and it just makes it real frustrating if you try to do all of this while it's in the machine. That does require you to take the pulleys off of this shaft. Be gentle as you do that so as not to bend them or destroy them, and gently take the brush system out. This is the rack and pinion brush system on a Clipper M2B seed cleaner. The purpose of putting this roller chain and sprockets on is so that you can update it with the newer parts and also with cable. This block has been specially machined by us at Commodity Traders. You thread your cable through there, it makes a loop and goes back through this hole, and it's locked down with each of these bolts. I have a Teflon locking nut here so that you can run it up close to here without clamping it too tight. If you were to clamp it tight, this would not be able to spin freely. It's important that this spins freely. If you're not familiar with a Teflon locking nut, it looks like this. It's got a piece of Teflon in there, and once you put that over the threads, you can leave it loose and it will not come off. One of the reasons why proper chain tension is so important on these brush systems is because if the chain is ran too tight, it will cause excess wear on this casting here, also over here. It is important to not run these too loose either, because running it too loose will cause it to jump on the cog as it goes around. You want it to run nice and smooth. It is also important to note that with these smaller sprockets, you have a little bit of excess shaft sticking out here and here. You will either need a 5/8 shaft collar behind the sprocket or some washers here that act as a spacer so that it can get around the shaft as it rotates around. Here we're using 80-90 weight gear oil to put in our castings. It is important not to use grease. This is what we recommend. Okay, I have reinstalled the brush system. I have started threading it with the new cable. I start by locking in one end of the cable there into the cable block with the bolt, and then I thread it through the bottom brush, and then I come back around. I make a loop through the two holes in the cable block I don't know if you can see it there. It comes in this side after going through this side and up through the bottom screen on the shoe. It then comes in from this side and then comes in to the next hole on the block, makes a loop, goes back out the other one, and now I've got it here. I'm going to come around these and into the top screen slot on the cleaner. And then I will be coming in this hole here, and I will lock it into position here and cut off the excess cable that remains.